and she'll dance to it. And that's exactly what we did. So Erica, come on up. The song is called Never Saw That One Coming. That's my note. In line for a venti, saw a mutual friend. Said, what's new? She said, plenty. That's how I knew it's the end. She told me you found somebody new. I asked, is it serious? He said, it's delirious. And that's not all. The wedding was small. What is it with man? You married again. My headache was thrumming. I felt 2 feet tall. Never saw that one coming. Never saw it at all. She told me you were expecting to. My head was a whirl. You're having a girl. You said, give me space. And then you found your own place. I thought you and me would always be we. My headache was thrumming. I felt 2 feet tall. Never saw that one coming. Never saw it at all. Erica Lamb Holland, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Eric. I want to tell you about how we write the songs. I come up with and I want to introduce the band to you. I get an idea and I'll write down words and I'll come up with a tune, and then I'll take it to Nancy Lodi, my partner here. And Nancy is one of these extraordinary musicians who can pick up any instrument and play it, can transpose up, down, half a step, half a whatever. She can do it. And then she'll listen to the song and say, well, what if the lyric were this instead of that? Or what if we did this instead of that? Or what if we made that verse in minor key? Or it needs another verse. And when we start playing with it and we go back and forth, and within about an hour, it just sounds like a real song. So working with Nancy is phenomenal. So please welcome Nancy Lodi, ladies and gentlemen. And straight from the Berklee School of Music, where he teaches composition, is one of the really virtuoso guitarists of our time, Mr. Professor John Aldrich.
Thank you.
And the rehearsing is so much fun because they'll pick up a song and then they'll just start going with it, and I kind of forget to sing because I'm too busy watching them playing it. What are we doing next? We're going to do...
My Dog Ate My Fourth Step.
We're going to do a song called My Dog Ate My Fourth Step. So let's just do it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
My sponsor will kill me. We're meeting at 3. I'm reading my 4th step. Never wrote it, you see. I'm not that resentful, I think people are fine. My life's so uneventful, I might skip step 9. But my sponsor will be waiting to hear what I've done wrong. I'd write it right now, but it would take too darn long. My dog ate my 4th step, I forgot the assignment. I didn't do the assignment. Could you please repeat it? My dog ate my 4th step, I lost the 3rd draft. Said that to my sponsor and he just laughed. But he'll be waiting to hear what I've done wrong. I'd write it right now, but it would take too darn long. Well, I showed up at 3 and it wasn't so bad. I told my sponsor each resentment I had. He did the writing, took the strain off of me. If I'd had to write it, we'd be waiting, you see. Now my dog ate my 9th step, can't make an amend. I emailed the file, but forgot to hit send. take it, Nancy. I thought my sponsor would be angry and gruff. Instead, his response was unconditional love. So if you're out of excuses, then get the steps done. It's perfectly useless to stay on step one. And if you think your sponsor will be angry and gruff, the gift of step 4 is unconditional love. Unconditional love. Thank you very much. Now, this is sort of an illustration of what Nancy does. She heard the song and she said, that could have a calypso beat and it could work really, really nicely. And then we actually, for the previous show, we had a guy who could play steel drums, but he was an alcoholic, so he never showed up.
Oh man.
So Nancy just does it on the keyboard. You look at her expression. It's a year ago. She's still furious at the guy.
No, I think it points out to how we have to have compassion, because we're all on a different place in our journey of recovery.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, this particular guy is in recovery. That's why I asked him to come. But as we all know, it's a very bumpy road. And we have to have compassion for ourselves while sticking to the pavement.
Wait, Michael, Very Bumpy Road. There's your new title.
Very
That's right,
Bumpy Road.
Very
I'd like to
Bumpy
do a new
Road.
song for you. It's called Very Bumpy Road.
And he probably could do it on the spot, too.
Yeah. And instead we're going to do a song called Making Amends, which is also about compassion. I humped her and dumped her, and no, I'm not proud. Until I got sober, never said that out loud. I brought out the worst in all my girlfriends, but she was the first when I made my amends. 10 years had gone by from the time we dated. I had no way to know, was I forgotten or hated? I called her one night at my sponsor's suggestion. I made my amend, and then she asked me a question. Tell me the truth, if you think you could. Do you regret what you did? I said yes. She said good. I had that one coming, but sobriety depends on me getting honest and making amends. I think of her often, she deserves better than me, but I made my amend, maybe now we're both free. Thank you very much. That was only like the most dramatic moment in the song when you guys came down the stairs. No, just messing with you. Now what?
TMI.
Oh, TMI. True story. Sad story. True story. And this is sort of a Manhattan Transfer feel. If you notice, all the songs have a slightly different feel to them, which is kind of the fun. That way I don't repeat myself as a songwriter. So anyway, this is TMI.
I thought it was because I was kind of a crazy songwriter.
Oh, well, that's true too.
I'm like, let's do it in every different style.
Yeah, well, we get along that way for that reason. You're most welcome, ladies. You didn't have to leave. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Met her at a meeting and I liked how she dressed. Dated for an evening and I hope for the best. She said before things get too complex, you need to know I'm addicted to sex.
Oh, geez.
That's what I said. I said, no problem, I'm sure I can deal. Could barely keep my my hands on the steering wheel. And then she said, there's one thing too. Don't be hurt, but I'm just not that into you.
Oh, man.
I know. But all she had to do was just say goodnight. It would have been out of mind, out of sight. All the way home I asked myself why she felt the urge to share TMI. That's too much information if you're my age. Take it, John. Saw her in a meeting and she's got a new guy. At first I was sad cause that guy wasn't I. I'd found true love and then I'd lost it. But truth be told, that poor guy looked exhausted. All she had to do was just say goodnight. It would have been out of mind, out of sight. All the way home I asked myself why she felt the urge to share TMI. TMI. That's a sad but true story. And not only that, it took place only about 3 blocks from right here. So, when people come to Alcoholics Anonymous, they don't always get it right away, and they don't always get it at all. And this is a song dedicated to a friend of mine I got sober with in 1992. And I saw him in a meeting. I hadn't seen him in years. Then I saw him in a meeting 4 years ago and here in Brookline, and he said, yeah, I've got 90 days. I said, what do you mean? He said, can you drop me off at the laundromat? I can sleep there overnight because they leave the lights on. And so this song is for him, and it's called Near Life Experience. John and I are going to do it together. He slipped into the meeting after we'd done the chips. Taken an awful beating, you could see it with one glimpse. 4 times he'd got in 90 days, 1 time he had a year. But then he'd throw it all away on whiskey, wine, or beer. He said, I got real drunk today. No, I shouldn't share, but I need to speak up anyway. I hope some of you still care. I'm having a near-life experience. I've only myself to blame. I'm one of those shivering denizens of King Alcohol's mad reign. Quit drinking every morning, and I'm drunk by 6:30. I'm ignoring every warning. This drinking's got me licked. A near-life experience, the phrase stuck in my head. I've also lived in that twilight between alive and dead. I went to tell him what I'd done to get the program right. But before I could even say word one, he slipped out into the night. A near-life experience, it's his, it once was mine. I hope my friend gets serious before he runs out of time. John Aldrich, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Everybody give a hand to Michael Graubart.
We're not done yet. Only just begun. Oh, this is fun. Just friends?
Just friends.
Just Friends. This is a song called Just Friends, and this is we actually we're moving into the this is actually the romance aspect of the show with TMI, and Just Friends is basically, it's meant to be sort of a songbook, Great American Songbook thing that sort of glistens and shines, and it's fun. It's about 2 people who were going to meetings together, and they really would be the perfect couple, but they just don't have the courage to make that next move. So anyway, it's called Just Friends. We go to all the same meetings. We got sober around the same time. Dating others feels like it's cheating. Our sponsors get along fine. Just friends, that's what we agreed we'd be. Just friends, despite what you mean to me. Uncomplicated, simple, we're both fancy free. We could always change our minds, unlikely as that may be. Just friends, too smart to let love get in the way. Just friends, unwilling to risk what we have today. What if it didn't work, the price we'd pay? We could always be just friends. It might work out okay. Just friends, could we be anything more when meeting people so chancy? Why would we close that door? Living my life without you feels like a terrible bore. We might be just friends, but you're the friend I just adore. We said we wouldn't change our minds, but I changed my mind. Any chance you might change yours?